by His Grace Adi Das Prabhuji on the topic of glorification of Nityananda Prabhu's some leelas, Nityananda Prabhu's leela. So mercy, merciful leelas. Thank you, Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances on Guru Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj. Thank you very much for joining and giving your very valuable association and time, please, and enlightening us. So please now I hand over the call to you, Prabhuji. Please take it. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, you are in mute.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. I was saying thank you very much, Kaumadaki Mataji, for kindly hosting this call, and my gratitude to Kirtida Sundari Mataji for giving me the opportunity to speak on the glories of Lord Nityananda Prabhu today, because it is the auspicious appearance tithi of Sri Nityananda Prabhu day after tomorrow. So today was also a very auspicious day of Ekadashi, Bhaumi Ekadashi. Tomorrow is Vamana Dvadashi, and day after tomorrow is Sri Nityananda Trayodasi. So we have 3 very auspicious days coming up. So very, very grateful. We'll start with Mangalacharan prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaura Tuse Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. आजानुलंबित भुजौ कनकावधातौ संकीर्तनैकपितरौ कमलायताक्षौ विश्वम्भरौ द्विजवरौ युगधर्मपालौ वन्दे जगत्प्रियकरौ करुणावतारौ आनन्दलीलामय विग्रहाय हेमाभदिव्यछविसुन्दराय तस्मै महाप्रेम रसप्रदाय चैतन्यचन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, dear devotees, for joining. And this whole week on Bhakti Sangha Japa group, we are having Nitai Conscious Week, because it is Shri Nityananda Trayodasi on Thursday. So yesterday, Her Grace Kirtida Sundari Mataji spoke on the Tattva of Shri Nityananda Prabhu as well as some pastimes. And in the forthcoming days, tomorrow we have His Grace Hari Parshad Prabhu speaking on the topic of Shri Nityananda Prabhu, the crest jewel of all the Avadutas. And then we have Amarendra Prabhu also speaking on the glories of Shri Nityananda Prabhu. And then on Friday, we have our beloved founder Acharya, His Divine Grace, Abhay Charana Aravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada, speaking to all of us. So today I will make a humble attempt to speak on the topic of Nitai's mercy on the Gosais. The Gosais are the Goswamis, and we know there are 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan who were very intimate associates and followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And it is very interesting to note that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had 6 Goswamis who were sent to Sri Vrindavan Dham to carry forward his own mission. And all these 6 Goswamis were the recipients of very special mercy of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. And that will be the topic of our discussion today. Sri Nityananda Prabhu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sri Nityananda Prabhu is non-different from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Brajendra Nandana Jai Sachi Suta Hoilo Sei Balarama Hoilo Nita. Srila Narottam Das Thakur has sung that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Ishvara Parama Krishna, Satchid Ananda Vigraha, Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam, Param Brahma Param Dhama, Pavitram Paramam Bhavam, Purusham Shashvatam Divyam, Adi Devam, Ajam Vibhum. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna Bhagavan, he came as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Lord Balaram, who is the first expansion of Lord Krishna. Sarva Avatari Krishna Swayam Bhagavan Tahara Dvitiya Deha Shri Balaram. In the Adi Lila of Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami explains that Sarva Avatari Krishna Swayam Bhagavan. Krishna is Avatari. Everyone else, Lord Narsimhadev, Lord Varahadev, Lord Vamanadev. So tomorrow is Varahadvadashi, Lord Varahadev. All the incarnations, Lord Ramchandra, Lord Narsimha Bhagwan, they are all avatars. But Krishna or Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they are avatari. They are the original personality of Godhead who descend. Avatar is technically incarnation of Krishna who descends. And Sri Krishna or Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, avatari. They are the original personality of Godhead. So the original Supreme Personality of Godhead is Krishna. Sarva Avatari Krishna Swayam Bhagavan. Krishnastu Bhagavana Swayam, Srimad Bhagavatam declares. Tahara Dvitiya Deha Shri Balaram. And the second self of Krishna is Lord Balaram. And Balrama Hoilo Nitai. This Balram came as Nityananda Prabhu. Or this Balram ji is Nityananda Ram. He is Nityananda Prabhu. Krishna's first expansion, Krishna's Dvitiya Deha. So Nityananda Prabhu or Lord Balram in Vrindavan serves Shri Krishna in all the 5 relationships, spiritual relationships, the 5 rasas. Lord Balram, he serves Krishna in the Shantaras because Lord Balram, being the Sandhini potency of Krishna, the existential potency of Krishna, we know that Krishna's Antaranga Shakti, Krishna's internal potency, has got 3 energies. Krishna's Bahiranga Shakti, external energy, has got 3 potencies also. There is mode of goodness, mode of passion, and mode of ignorance in the Bahiranga Shakti, external energy. Now, Krishna's Antaranga Shakti, internal energy, also has got 3 divisions. There is Sandhini Shakti, Samvit Shakti, and Ladini Shakti. Sandhini Shakti is presided over by Lord Balram. Samvit Shakti is presided over, the knowledge giving potency is presided over by Lord Krishna himself. And the Ladini Shakti, the pleasure giving potency, is presided over by Srimati Radhika Rani. So as the Sandhini, as the existential potency of Krishna, which is the Dham Tattva, the Krishna's pastimes exists in the eternal Dham, and this Dham is a manifestation of Lord Balaram. So in the Shantaras, in the mellow of neutrality, Lord Balaram serves Krishna as the Dham. In fact, in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is mentioned that Lord Balaram serves Krishna in 10 different ways. He becomes Krishna's garments, Krishna's clothes. He becomes Krishna's garlands, the necklace and the garlands that Krishna wears, the flower garlands, tulsi garlands, jewelry, all the garlands that Krishna wears, they are manifestation of Lord Balaram. His shoes, Krishna's shoes is Lord Balaram. The Dham is Lord Balaram. Krishna's chair, Krishna's bed, Krishna's pillow, Krishna's umbrella. These are all manifestations of Balaram. Balaram just serves Krishna in these forms, in 10 different forms, in the Shantaras. In the Dasyaras, Lord Balaram just serves Krishna as Lakshman. Even as Lord Balaram, when Krishna is tired, sometimes Lord Balaram will massage the lotus feet of Krishna. So that is Lord Balaram in the Shanta Bhav. In Sakhyaras, in the mellow, in the relationship of friendship, Lord Balaram plays with Krishna as Krishna's most intimate Sakha, most intimate friend, along with other Gopas. So that is friendship. Vatsalya Prem of Lord Balaram is seen when Lord Balaram becomes very protective about Krishna. He complains to Mother Yashoda that Krishna is eating mud and he will fall sick. Or when Krishna is very tired, sometimes playing, Lord Balaramji will keep Krishna on his lap, will keep Krishna's head on his lap and allow Krishna to sleep on his own lap, like a parent. That's parental love of Lord Balaram. And Lord Balaram also serves Krishna in the Madhurya Ras, in the mellow of conjugal love. And that is as Srimati Radharani's younger sister, Ananga Manjari. So Lord Balaram serves Krishna in all the 5 rasas. He is everywhere doing his service, inseparable from devotional service to Krishna. Very, very intimate associate of Krishna. Similarly, Nityananda Prabhu also has a very intimate relationship of bestowing mercy on the 6 most confidential associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu relished Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu relished Radha Bhav. He relished the love that Srimati Radharani experiences for Krishna. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was not just a relisher. He also wanted to share it with the world. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, he relished Gopi Bhav, he relished Radha Bhav, he relished Vraj Prem. And then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had a desire to distribute it also. So the distributor is Nityananda Prabhu, Sri Nityananda Prabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the relisher, and Sri Nityananda Prabhu is the wholesale distributor of Krishna Prem, of Radha Bhav, of Gopi Bhav. Sometimes devotees have a misconception that Nityananda Prabhu can only give Sakhya Prem. Nityananda Prabhu can only give Sakhya Prem because he is mainly seen as a Sakha of Krishna, as a friend of Krishna, as a brother of Krishna. But actually, this is not true. And we have evidence from Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat that Nityananda Prabhu, Sri Nityananda Prabhu gives us Gopi Bhav. Sri Nityananda Prabhu gives us Gopi Bhav. So Sri Nityananda Prabhu serves Krishna in all the 5 main rasas, and therefore Sri Nityananda Prabhu can give us all the 5 rasas. If someone wants Dasya Prem, Sri Nityananda Prabhu will give you. If someone wants Vatsalya Prem, Sri Nityananda Prabhu will give you. If someone wants Sakhya Prem, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Nityananda Prabhu will give you. And if someone wants Madhurya Ras, someone wants Shringar Ras, Adi Ras, conjugal love, that also Sri Nityananda Prabhu, Sri Nityananda Ram gives. And that we will see today from Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat of Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur. But first, let us see how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy came to the 6 Goswamis through Sri Nityananda Prabhu. Nitai's mercy on the Gosais, the 6 Goswamis. First, let's talk about the leaders of the 6 Goswamis, Shri Rup and Shri Sanatan Goswamis. Rup and Sanatan Goswamis, they were born in a very nice Brahman family belonging to the Bharadwaj Gotra in Karnataka. And then their great-grandfathers, they moved to Bengal, Gauda Desh. I got distracted by the message. So they moved to Gauda Desh, and in Bengal, Rup and Sanatan Goswami, they were born. And from their childhood, they were very devotional. Actually, there were many brothers. 3 of them became devotees. And that is Anupam, Rupa Goswami, and Sanatan Goswami. Sanatan Goswami was the eldest. So they moved to a place called Ramkeli, which was a very, very opulent city under the rule of the king of Bengal, who was a Muslim. His name was Hussain Shah, Nawab Hussain Shah. And Ramkeli was one of the main cities in Bengal, one of the most beautiful and well-kept cities. And there, Rup Sanatan Goswami and Anupam, they made their residence. And they were very, very intelligent, very competent, and brilliant. They commanded respect from all the Hindus. And the Muslim government was minority because they were invaders. Majority of the population was Hindu. So for diplomacy's sake, the king, Nawab Hussain Shah, he made a proposal to Rup and Sanatan Goswami that both of you are very intelligent, very influential, and very competent. Please work for me. Otherwise, the king threatened, the Muslim king threatened, I will slaughter the cows mercilessly, I will destroy temples, and I will kill the Brahmanas. So to protect the Hindus, to protect the temples, and to protect the cows, Rup and Sanatan Goswami, who were very aristocratic, very learned, very pure Brahmanas from their childhood, they accepted service under the Muslim king, Nawab Hussain Shah. And Nawab Hussain Shah changed their names so that when the general population will see that, oh, this king's chief minister and home minister, they are also Hindus with Muslim names, so everything is okay, then there will not be any revolution or uprising. People will accept the king. So he named Sanatan Goswami Sakar Malik, and he named Rupa Goswami Dabir Khas. And he made them very high-ranking ministers in his kingdom. They were very powerful, very wealthy. He shared his wealth with them. But they had to adopt the Muslim way of life, which was very painful to their hearts. But still, internally, they maintained their focus on Krishna consciousness. With the wealth, the salary that they got from the king, They built a beautiful mansion, like a palace. It's still there in Ramkeli. And it had high walls. And inside, they created a replica of Sri Vrindavan Dham. So Srila Prabhupada made New Vrindavan in West Virginia, isn't it? So the inspiration is coming from Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, because they created a replica of Sri Vrindavan Dham with Govardhan Hill, with Radha Kund, Sham Kund, the different 12 forests of Vrindavan in Ramkeli, where they were living. And every day they would invite Brahmins, they would invite Vaishnavas in their home, and they had a nice library with Srimad Bhagavatam, Vishnu Puran, Upanishads, all these scriptures. And they would sit and they would study the scriptures in their home, in the association of devotees. And specifically for hours every day, they would discuss Srimad Bhagavatam. And they were hearing all these stories about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has started the Sankirtan movement. Nimai Pandit has started Sankirtan movement in Navadvip. Oh, now he has gotten married to the most beautiful and chaste wife, Srimati Vishnu Priya Devi. Now he has converted Keshav Kashmiri into a Vaishnav. He has converted Chand Kazi into a Vaishnav. And everyone is chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra in Nadia. All these pieces of news were coming to Ramkeli, and Rupa and Sanatan Goswami were developing a stronger and stronger desire to join Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission of Harinam Sankirtan. Because after studying through the scriptures, they understood that this is the Yuga Dharma. So they wrote many letters to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Especially after Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas. They wrote so many letters that Mahaprabhu, please, we want to join you. Please give us your permission, give us your blessings. And Mahaprabhu did not reply to any of those letters. After many, many letters, once Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sent a very cryptic reply saying that if a wife has a paramour other than her husband, then she will serve her husband very nicely so that the husband will not suspect that she has a paramour. And internally, she will maintain her affection for the paramour. So this was just a very cryptic, secret, coded message, which only Rupa and Sanatan Goswami understood. Why Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave this example? Because if someone intercepted that letter, if the Muslim king intercepted that letter, Rupa and Sanatan Goswami should not come into jeopardy. Their life should not be threatened. Therefore, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave this example. This example is not meant for us to literally follow in our life. We have to follow the 4 regulative principles. We have to follow the principles of Varnashram Dharma very strictly, very carefully. We have to be of the highest moral character. We should try our best as devotees of Krishna. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sent this very secret, cryptic message. And Rupa and Sanatan Goswami understood what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu means is, we love Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but we are serving Nawab Hussain Shah, who is the Muslim minister. There will be a lot of chaos in society. The Hindu society will be attacked if he finds out. Therefore, let us maintain our external loyalty to Nawab Hussain Shah by serving him very nicely, working for him, while internally maintaining our love and attachment for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In due course of time, he will come and deliver us. In this way, they continued for quite a few years. And when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu returned from the South India Yatra, he expressed a desire that he wants to go to Vrindavan. But Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Ramananda Rai, Swarup Damodar Goswami, they would tell him different things. Just wait for Odana Shashti, it's coming. Now you just, then you wait for this festival, you wait for that festival. Now it is too cold. And now Rath Yatra is coming. You wait for Rath Yatra. Then after Rath Yatra, now Kartik has, Chaturmas has started. Now you cannot travel after Rath Yatra because it is Chaturmas. 4 months you wait. Like that, they kept Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in their association for a long time, because it is very difficult to give up the association of the Lord for one who loves Krishna. For the Krishna Premis, it is very difficult to give up the association of Krishna. Finally, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he convinced them and he decided to leave for Sri Vrindavan Dham. And so from Jagannath Puri, which is in little in the southern direction. He went north through Bengal. He wanted to go to Vrindavan Dham. When he was going through Gaudadesh, through Bengal, he came to Shantipur. He stayed at the house of Advaita Acharya. Advaita Acharya immediately sent for Shachi Mata to come from Navadvip. She came and she cooked for Mahaprabhu for 5 to 7 days. Then Mahaprabhu went further north. He went to Kulia. He forgave so many offenders. And then he went further north to Ramkeli. By the time Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Ramkeli, so many devotees from Navadvip joined him. So many devotees from Shantipur joined him. So many devotees from Kuliagram joined him. And many devotees from Jagannath Puri also had come with him. So by the time Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu reached Ramkeli while performing Harinam Sankirtan, there were millions and millions of people who were following him. Millions and millions of people were following him. And they all wanted to go to Vrindavan with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu camped in Ramakeli and nobody understood why Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to Ramkeli. The plan was to go to Kanai Shala, but he stopped at Ramkeli. At that time, the news reached Nawab Hussain Shah, who was staying in Ramkeli. I told you Ramkeli was one of the most important cities, and Nawab Hussain Shah spent a lot of time there. So he came to know that a Hindu sannyasi, sadhu, has come to Ramkeli, and he is accompanied by millions and millions of Hindus. So Nawab Hussain Shah felt threatened. He thought that this is some Hindu uprising. They want to take over the kingdom. They want to attack me. So he immediately asked his personal advisor. His name was Keshav Khatri, who was a Hindu. He asked Keshav Khatri, tell me, I'm hearing these rumors that one Hindu sannyasi has come and he has got innumerable followers. Please tell me. Now Keshav Khatri was a Vaishnava. He was a devotee of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He knew everything about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But he did not want to draw unnecessary attention from the Muslim government towards Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he downplayed the whole situation. He said, innumerable followers. No. This sadhu you're talking about is a sannyasi. And it is the dharma of you as the king not to touch a sannyasi, not to associate with a sannyasi, not to meet a sannyasi. Just leave him alone. He has got handful of followers, not thousands and millions, handful of followers, and he is just passing through Ramkeli. He doesn't pose any threat to you. Don't even waste time thinking about him. Don't waste time discussing him. Just forget about it. Today he is there, tomorrow he will be gone. In this way, Keshav Khatri teaches us that sometimes we have to use diplomacy to serve the mission of the Lord, to protect the Lord and the devotees. That is the nature of a devotee. So then the Nawab Hussain Shah was somewhat pacified. But then privately he called Dabir Khas, Rupa Goswami, and asked him, can you tell me some more information about this Hindu sadhu who has come to Ramkeli? And Rupa Goswami said, that Supreme Personality of Godhead, Allah, who you worship, whose message your prophet has been preaching, that same Supreme Personality of Godhead, Allah, has taken birth in your kingdom as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You are very fortunate. And now he is passing through your town. So please don't trouble him. Please don't interfere with his movement. And just be very happy that he has taken birth and he is enacting his pastimes in your kingdom. In fact, it is by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that you have got this kingdom, my dear king. And it is by the presence of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that you will gain wealth, you will gain fame, you will gain strength, and you will gain all success. And you will be successful in whatever you try. So just be very grateful to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and offer your prayers to him. Then Rupa Goswami told Nawab Hussain Shah that, my dear king, as the king of the land, you are representative of Lord Vishnu. So Lord Vishnu will reveal everything to you. Just ask your own heart who this person is, who this Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is. Just ask yourself. Ask your conscience. And Nawab Hussain Shah introspected and he said, Dabir Khas, Rupa Goswami, Dabir Khas, I think this sannyasi is the supreme personality of Godhead. I agree with you. And I will not interfere with his movement. I will not cause any trouble to him. In this way, Rupa Goswami pacified the king because it was a very dangerous situation. The king, Nawab Hussain Shah, with all his Muslim armies and soldiers, he was in Ramkeli, and so was Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he could have attacked, he could have tried to arrest Mahaprabhu. So many complications could have happened. There could have been a war. And Rupa Goswami and Keshav Khatri, in their own ways, using slightly different techniques. Keshav Khatri used a lot of diplomacy, and Rupa Goswami used Shastra, and he appealed to the divine nature of Nawab Hussain Shah to convince him not to interfere with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission. In this way, Nawab Hussain Shah was pacified. But you see, Chand Kazi was an incarnation of Kamsa Maharaj, and Nawab Hussain Shah is an incarnation of Jarasandh from Srimad Bhagavatam. Kamsa came as Chand Kazi, who was already converted into a devotee by Nimai Pandit at the beginning of the Sankirtan movement in Navadvip. And Nawab Hussain Shah was an incarnation of Jarasandh, the father-in-law of Kamsa. So these demoniac persons cannot be trusted. They may say one thing today, they may say another thing tomorrow. Today they are saying, we will not interfere with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Tomorrow they may change their mind. So Rupa and Sanatan Goswami, after much deliberation, along with Anupam and little Jiva Goswami, who was the son of Anupam, they all four of them decided to go and meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So at night, they changed their dress and everything, and incognito, the four of them went to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to the place where Mahaprabhu was staying. And under a Kadamba tree on the outskirts of Ramkeli, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was sitting under a Kadamba tree and he was speaking Krishna Katha to all his associates. And from a distance, Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, Anupam, and little Jeev, they went and they were taking darshan of Mahaprabhu. He was looking so effulgent in that night, sitting under that tree, speaking Krishna Katha. He looked so effulgent, so beautiful, like millions of moons on a dark night of Kali Yuga. But they could not muster the courage to approach Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so pure. He is the purest of the pure, and he was surrounded by pure devotees. Very, very exalted devotees were sitting around him. So how could Srivas Thakur was there, Advaita Acharya was there, how could they approach Rupa and Sanatan Goswami? They were considered to be Muslims by the Hindu society, because they were receiving money from a Muslim, they were receiving food from a Muslim, they were associating with a Muslim. They were practically considered to be Muslim. Even their names were Muslim. Malik, Dabir Khas and Sakar Malik. So they were hesitating. How can we approach Mahaprabhu? How can we approach Mahaprabhu? And this brings us, my dear friends, to the topic of our discussion, Sri Nityananda Prabhu's mercy. At that time, Sri Nityananda Prabhu came in the presence of Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, Anupam, and Jiva Goswami. And he told them that please come, I will take you to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Nityananda Prabhu was accompanied by Haridas Thakur. Rupa and Sanatan Goswami, they took blessings of Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur. And Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur went straight to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the middle of the Bhagavatam class that Mahaprabhu was giving. And they told him, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, here are your devotees, Rupa and Sanatan. Of course, they said Dabir Khas and Sakar Malik. And they have come taking great risk to meet you. Please accept them. When Nityananda Prabhu prayed like this on behalf of Rupa and Sanatan Goswami, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu looked with so much mercy towards Rupa and Sanatan Goswami. And Rupa and Sanatan Goswami started offering beautiful, beautiful prayers to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I wish we had time, but we don't have time to discuss those prayers. But they prayed that we are most fallen. You have delivered Jagai and Madhai. But what was Jagai and Madhai's fault? They had only one fault. that they were addicted to sinful activities. But we are millions and millions of times more sinful than Jagai and Madai. Why? Because Jagai and Madai were at least born in Brahmin families. We are not even Brahmins. We are very low class family. Even though they were born in the Bharadwaj Gotra of a very high class Brahmin, but they discounted that because they were born in the kingdom of a Muslim king. They said, we work for a Muslim. Our employer slaughters cows and eats the flesh of cows. Our master, Nawab Hussain Shah, he has killed so many Brahmins, so many Hindus. He has destroyed so many temples. He is so envious of Krishna. And yet we are serving him. We are obeying his instructions. We are associating with him. Our life is most abominable. We are more sinful than Jagai and Madai. Patita Pavana Hetu Tora Avatar. Mosama Patita Prabhu Na Pai Behar. The same mood Narottam Das Thakur had. But Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami prayed in the same way, that there is no better candidate than us for your mercy, because you are Patita Pavan and there is no one more Patit than us. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, stop Sanatan Goswami, stop Rupa Goswami. Your humility is breaking my heart. You have been my devotees birth after birth. You are my eternal servants. Please come. I will give you my mercy. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu placed his lotus hand on their heads. And immediately Rupa and Sanatan Goswami, they fell down at the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu and they placed their head on the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu picked them up and embraced them. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Dabir Khas, from today your name is Rupa Goswami. And Sakar Malik, from today your name is Sanatan Goswami. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu looked at Nityananda Prabhu. He looked at Advaita Prabhu, looked at Haridas Thakur, looked at all the assembled devotees and requested them, please bless Rupa and Sanatan Goswami, so that by the power of your blessings, they will be able to free themselves from this bad association and go to Shri Vrindavan Dham and serve there. Serve my mission over there. And Nityananda Prabhu and all the devotees, they again blessed Rupa and Sanatan Goswami. In this way, Rupa and Sanatan Goswami became recipients of the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by the mercy of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. Rupa and Sanatan Goswami later on went to Shri Vrindavan Dham. Krishna Prema, Krishna Bhakti, Seva Pravartan, Lupta Tirtha Uddhara Ar Vairagya Shikshan. And they carried out this five-fold mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to establish the principles of Krishna conscious devotional service, to write books on the science of devotional service, to excavate the lost holy places in Vrindavan, places of pilgrimage, to build temples and Vairagya Shikshan, to teach the world what is the duty, what is the ideal Vaishnava behavior of one in the renounced order of life. And out of 4, 3 are renounced orders of life, my dear friends. Only Grahasthas are Grahasthas, but Brahmacharis, Vanaprastha and Sannyasis are all renounced. So majority of the ashrams are in the renounced order of life. And what is the duty of one in the renounced order of life? That Rupa and Sanatan Goswami established through their personal example. Tyaktva turnamashesha mandalapati shrenim sada tuchchava. They gave up all their wealth. They would sleep under different trees every night. They would roam around in Vrindavan in complete transcendental spiritual ecstasy, in love of Radha and Krishna. Ghoshantaviti sarvato vrajapure khedar mahavivalo vande rupa sanatanau raghuyugau Shri Jiva Gopalakau. They got such good fortune of establishing this five-fold mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Shri Vrindavan Dham. But all this fortune was given to them. All the books that they wrote, Hari Bhakti Vilas, Shri Brihad Bhagavatamrit, Brihad Vaishnava Toshani, Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, Upadeshamrit, Ujjwal Neelamani, Danakeli Kaumudi, All these beautiful, beautiful, wonderful, wonderful books, Vidalta Madhav, Lalita Madhav, that they wrote, everything was accomplished ultimately by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which came through the mercy of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. First, we need the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu. This is the essential message, my dear friends, today. No matter who we are, no matter what our aspiration is, no matter what our service is, whether we are speakers of Harikatha, whether we are Kirtan singers, whether we play musical instruments, whether we organize festivals, programs, whether we are Bhakti Vriksha members, Bhakti Vriksha leaders, we stitch clothes, we do deity worship in the temple, whatever may be our service, for everything in Krishna consciousness, we need the mercy of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. Without the mercy of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, we cannot get Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When Rupa and Sanatan Goswami were establishing this mission in Sri Vrindavan Dham, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was staying in Jagannath Puri with his devotees like Swarup Damodar Goswami, Ramananda Rai, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Kashi Mishra, Gopinath Acharya, and others, Maharaj Pratap Rudra, Haridas Thakur. At that time, Jiva Goswami became a young boy in his teenage years. And he had a great desire to go and participate in the mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Jiva Goswami left his home and came to Navadvip to take darshan, to take blessings of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. We know that Jiva Goswami is the predominant acharya of our sampradaya, who has written maximum literature on Gaudiya Vaishnava Siddhanta. His Shad Sandarbhas, his Gopal Champu, and so many other important books Jiva Goswami Prabhupada has written. But before he did all that, he came to Sri Navadvip Dham to take the blessings of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. It is described in Navadvip Dham Mahatmya that Shri Jiva Goswami jabe chhadile na ghar, nadiya bali vyakula antar. When Jiva Goswami left his home, chhadiya ghar, he went towards Navadvip chanting Nadia, Nadia. Ha Gauranga Nityananda Jivera Jivan Kabe More Kripa Kari Dibe Darashan. He was singing Ha Gauranga Nityananda, oh my dear Gauranga Mahaprabhu, oh my dear Nityananda Prabhu. Jivera Jivan. I am Jiva Goswami and you are my life and soul. Jivera Jivan. See the beauty of the poetry. Kabe More Kripa Kori Dibe Darashan. When will you give me darshan? When will you be merciful to me? Chanting like this, he came to Sri Navadvip Dham. And there he started asking everyone, where is Nityananda Prabhu? Where is Nityananda Prabhu? Barakona Ghate Ashi, Jidnya se sabare, Kotha Prabhu Nityananda dekhao amare. Please tell me where is Nityananda Prabhu? Please tell me where is Nityananda Prabhu? He started asking everyone. At that time, the people came there and they told him that Sri Nityananda Prabhu is right here in Navadvip Dham. And by his, because he is Antaryami, he is present everywhere, he has come to know that you have entered Navadvip. And he is also very eager to meet you and he has sent us to search for you so that we can bring you to him. Keha keha age giya maha prema bhare Nityananda Prabhu ajna vidnyapana kare. They told Jiva Goswami about Nityananda Prabhu's ajna, Nityananda Prabhu's order, that go and find Jiva Goswami and bring him to me. When Jiva Goswami heard that Sri Nityananda Prabhu is expecting him, Sri Nityananda Prabhu wants to meet him. Prabhu Nityananda naam kariya shravana, dharani te pade jiva hai achetana. Jiva Goswami, just by hearing the name of Nityananda Prabhu and understanding that Nityananda Prabhu also wants to meet him and has actually sent for him, Jiva Goswami fell down unconscious, achetan, on the ground. Kshane ka uthiya bole bada bhagya mama, Prabhu Nityananda Kripa Paila Adhama. After some time, Jiva Goswami woke up from his spiritual ecstasy and he said, I am very fortunate. Nityananda Prabhu wants to shower his mercy on a fallen soul like me. So the topic for today's discussion is Nitai's mercy on the Gosais. So this is the verse from where the inspiration comes from. क्षणे का उठिया बोले बड़ा भाग्य मम. I am so fortunate, Jiva Goswami Singh. Prabhu Nityananda Kripa Paila Adhama. Shri Nityananda Prabhu, Jagat Guru Nityananda Prabhu wants to bestow his mercy upon me. Kripa. Se sabo Vaishnava gane dandavat haye pranam karaye jiva prafulla hridaye. Bale tumi sabe more haile sadaya Nityananda pada paye sarva shastra kaya. Jiva Goswami, after receiving this message from Nityananda Prabhu that Nityananda Prabhu wants to meet him, he did not in his excitement forget to offer obeisances to the devotees. The devotees who brought him this news that Nityananda Prabhu wants to meet him, he offered obeisances to all of them and took the dust from their lotus feet upon his head and then requested them, please bless me. If you all bless me, only then I can get the darshan of Shri Nityananda Prabhu. This is a very important lesson for all of us, my dear friends. Sometimes when we are the recipients of mercy, when we get some mercy somehow, there is a tendency to forget the fellow devotees or to consider ourselves more advanced than them. And that is how many times we commit Vaishnava Aparadha. Please think about this for a few moments. When we are sad, when we are depressed, when we are feeling low, there is no possibility of us committing offense to other devotees. But when things are going good, when things are going our way, when we are euphoric in Krishna consciousness, that is a time when we are at the greatest risk of ill-treating other devotees. See the case of Chitraketu Maharaj. When Chitraketu Maharaj was crying to get a son, he did not commit any Vaishnava Aparadha. When Chitraketu Maharaj was crying because his son had died, he did not commit any Vaishnava Aparadha. When Chitraketu Maharaj wanted to have darshan of Lord Shankarshan and he was chanting the mantra given to him by Angira Muni and Narada Muni, when he was doing his bhajan, he did not commit any Vaishnava Aparadha. But when he had darshan of Lord Shankarshan and then in great euphoria, when he was traveling as a leader of Vidyadhars in his airplane, surrounded by so many associates, when everything was going his way, when he was practically self-realized, that is when he became little loose in his behavior, became little careless in his behavior, and dared to instruct Lord Shiva. At least this is what Srimad Bhagavatam is teaching us through Krishna's devotees. So therefore, we should be very careful, especially when things are going good. When we are doing well in Krishna consciousness, our services are being appreciated by devotees. Whatever may be the service, when our service is appreciated by devotees, we should know that this is Krishna's Vibhuti. This is Gurudev's Vibhuti. This is the opulence of Guru and Gauranga, not our opulence. It's not our glory. All glories to Guru and Gauranga. Because if it was our glory, something that we brought with us, from our birth, we would have spoken Srimad Bhagavatam, like Shukdev Goswami. From our birth, we would have remembered Krishna, like Parikshit Maharaj. But we were not like that. We were born in bewilderment. We chanted the mantra. Ajnana timirandhasya jnananjana shalakaya chakshurun militamena tasmai shri gurave namah. We were born in ignorance, ajnan. But Shri Guru has given us the light of knowledge. So therefore, we should always remember, when devotees appreciate our services, whether it is our Harikatha, our Kirtans, our management skills, our deity worship, whatever may be, our study of Shastra, or they may appreciate our charitable nature. We may be able to give big donations. If devotees are appreciating our services, we must know that this is Krishna's opulence. It is not our opulence. Otherwise, We would have had this opulence from birth. But the fact that we did not have it from birth, that means it has been given to us by someone, and who else but Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. So whenever devotees appreciate us, we must immediately transfer those words of appreciation to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. And all glories to them, no glories to me. That is very important principle. Jiva Goswami is teaching us. Nityananda Prabhu is calling for him, but he's taking dust from the lotus feet of all the devotees who brought him that news. Ki apurva rupa aja herinu baliya padila dharani tale achetana hayya. As soon as Jiva Goswami saw the beautiful form of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, he fell down again unconscious in a swoon of ecstasy. Nityananda Prabhu was so beautiful. Mahakripavashe Prabhu Nityananda Rai Jive Uthai Alaya Apanar Pai. Nityananda Prabhu is so merciful, he lifted up Jiva Goswami, he picked up Jiva Goswami, who was lying in a trance of ecstasy on the ground, and placed Jiva Goswami on his lap, Sri Nityananda Prabhu. And then lying on the lap of Nityananda Prabhu, our Jiva Goswami, who is a recipient of Nityananda Prabhu's mercy, is offering these prayers. Vishwarupa Vishwadhama Tumi Balaram Ami Jiva Ki Bajani Tava Gunagram. Ami Jiv, I am Jiva Goswami. Ki Bajani, how can I know Tava Gunagram, the extent of your glories? How can I know? Because Vishwarup, you are Vishwarup. Now he is Vishwarup, the elder brother of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also, and Vishwarup is also this whole material manifestation. So he is that Vishwarup also, both. Vishwadham, and you are the resting place of all the universes, as Ananta Shesh. They reside on his hoods. So Vishwadham, there is all the universes reside on you. And Tumi Balaram, and you are Lord Balaram. Such a beautiful verse. Vishwarupa Vishwadham, Tumi Balaram, Ami Jiva Ki Bajani Tava Gunagram, Tumi Mora Prabhu Nitya, Ami Tava Das, Tomara Charana Chaya, Ekamatra Ash. Heart-melting poetry by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. This is from Sri Navadvip Dham Mahatmya. Tumi Mora Prabhu Nitya. Jiva Goswami is telling Nityananda Prabhu. Just hear this prayers. By hearing these prayers, we will get Krishna Prem, my dear friends. Tumi Mora Prabhu Nitya Amita Vadas. You are my Lord eternally. Nitya. Nityananda is my Nitya Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu is my Nitya Prabhu. Amita Vadas. And I am your servant. Tumi Mora Prabhu Nitya Amita Vadas, Tomara Charana Chaya, Ekamatra Ash. My only desire is to get shelter under your lotus feet. Tomara Karuna Bina Gaura Nahi Pai, Shata Janma Bhajayadi Gaurange Hiyai. Even if one worships Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu for hundreds of lifetimes, if one doesn't have the mercy and blessings of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, one will not get Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What to speak of getting Radha and Krishna? Impossible. Gaura danda kare yadi tumi raksha kara, tumi jare danda kara, gaura tara para. Jiva Goswami is saying, if Chaitanya Mahaprabhu punishes somebody, rejects somebody, you will give your mercy to that person and you will bring him back to the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But if you reject someone, you punish someone, then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will never accept that person. Can someone unmute and tell me an example of this? Gaura danda kare yadi tumi rakshakara. If Chaitanya Mahaprabhu punishes somebody, then Sri Nityananda Prabhu will save that person. This comes from the teachings of Srila Bhakticharu Swami Maharaj. Srila Bhakticharu Swami Maharaj gave this very beautiful reflection on Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Does anyone know? Someone who was rejected by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but Nityananda Prabhu saved. Karunika Gopika Mataji is saying Jagai Madai. Jagai Madai were not rejected by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Here Jiva Goswami is saying, Gaura danda kare yadi tumi rakshakara. Nityananda Prabhu gave his mercy to them when he went to preach to them. Of course, he saved them from the Sudarshan Chakra, especially Madai. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had not rejected them.
Balakrishna Das?
Yes. Thank you, Kirtida Sundari Mataji. Kala Krishna Das. Kala Krishna Das was a follower of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. And when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to go for the South Indian Yatra to Dravida Desh, he requested Mahaprabhu that Mahaprabhu, you are a sannyasi, you cannot cook for yourself. You cannot cook for yourself. So therefore, you will need a servant. Because as a sannyasi, Mahaprabhu, in those days, sannyasis were not allowed to light fire to cook anything for themselves. Sannyasis were not allowed to cook for themselves. They could not light fire. So Nityananda Prabhu said, you cannot cook for yourself. Both your hands will be upraised in Nam Sankirtan. So who will carry your kamandalu? Who will carry your extra set of clothes? So let me send one of my men with you. So Kala Krishna Das was Nityananda Prabhu's man. And in South India, he got attracted by some women belonging to the Gypsy clan, the tribals. And he actually went to them and started living with them. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and held his shikha and pulled him and rescued him. That's why we should keep shikha. So Guru Maharaj can pull us by the shikha and save us. Naveen Prabhu, you should have a shikha. You should have a shikha. So therefore, it's a sign that we have a guru. So he pulled the shikha and brought him back to his service, and didn't say a word to Kala Krishna Das. The South India Yatra got finished. After many months, they came back to Jagannath Puri. When they came back to Jagannath Puri, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, first thing he did was he called Nityananda Prabhu, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Swarup Damodar Goswami, Ramananda Rai, and told them, all of you gave me this servant, Kala Krishna Das, and he left my service and he went away with some women, even though he is in the renounced order of life. So I have nothing to do with him. My duty, my responsibility was, because he is my servant, to bring him back to Jagannath Puri. I have brought him back. Now I don't want to see him. I don't want to have anything to do with this fellow. And Kala Krishna Das was crying and weeping. He was completely shattered, completely depressed, heartbroken. He had lost everything. He had lost service to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Nityananda Prabhu did not say anything to Mahaprabhu. He said, yes, I will take care of this Kala Krishna Das. Don't worry. I will make sure that he doesn't do this again. And then Nityananda Prabhu took Kala Krishna Das to the side and he told him, look, after a long gap of 2 years, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come back to Jagannath Puri. So go. Now you go to Navadvip. All the devotees for 2 years, they have been waiting to get some news of Mahaprabhu. So go and tell them the happy news that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has completed his tour of South India and he has come back to Jagannath Puri. And now Rath Yatra is going to come in few days. So they can also come for Rath Yatra. Go and give them this message. So Kala Krishna Das immediately went to Navadvip on the order of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, even though he was rejected by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Kala Krishna Das went to Shachi Mata and Vishnu Priya Devi. He went to Srivas Thakur. He went to Shivananda Sen. He went to Advaita Acharya's house. He went to Buddhimanda Khan's house. All these great devotees. And he told them, the Lord of your life, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, has returned safely to Jagannath Puri. My dear friends, please just try to imagine how elated, how blissful Shachi Mata must be on hearing this news. How blissful Vishnu Priya Devi must be. How blissful Srivas Thakur, Advaita Prabhu, Murari Gupt, Shivananda Sen must be on hearing this news. Their Mahaprabhu is safe. He has returned. And he's calling them for Rath Yatra. It saved their life. And this service was given to Kala Krishna Das by Nityananda Prabhu. And because he gave so much pleasure to Shachi Mata and all the other devotees of Navadvip, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu forgave him. So Srila Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj he actually wrote an article in Dandavats. Srila Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. He writes that when Chota Haridas, who was a disciple of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was a follower of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, also in the renounced order of life, when he made a very slight mistake, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu rejected him because he was a disciple of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu rejected him, at least externally. But Kala Krishnadas, because he was a disciple of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, because he was Nityananda's man, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, although he tried to reject him, he could not reject. Because Nityananda Prabhu expertly re-engaged Kala Krishnadas in such an important and intimate service that it completely won the hearts of all the residents of Navadvip. All the residents of Navadvip were practically worshipping Kal Krishnadas. He has saved our life. Not only that, my dear friends, they made Kal Krishnadas sit down. All the devotees surrounded him in Navadvip and they told him, please tell us all the pastimes of South India. Tell us. 2 years, you are the only one with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Tell us. And then Kal Krishnadas began narrating what he did with the Kurma Brahman, what he did at Sri Rangam, what he did at Dhanushkoti, all the holy places, what he did in Pandharpur, here, there, his meeting with Ramananda Rai on the banks of Godavari, the entire narration of South India Yatra, we know because of Kal Krishnadas. How else would we know? Kal Krishnadas was engaged in such an important service, and he told, even when they were walking to Nilachal from Navadvip, on the way, Kal Krishnadas was mesmerizing all the devotees with Gaur Hari Katha, the South Indian tour pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he won the hearts of the devotees, and by winning the hearts of the devotees, he won the heart of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu again. Therefore, Srila Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj was saying that we want to be Nityananda Prabhu's men. We want to be with Nityananda Prabhu. So Jiva Goswami was blessed by Nityananda Prabhu. Jiva Goswami had philosophical questions which were answered by Nityananda Prabhu. Again, we don't have time. 3 Goswamis we covered: Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, Jiva Goswami. The time is over, so in 5 minutes I will wrap up. Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. We know his story. There were 11 servants guarding him because his father, Govardhan Majumdar, and his uncle, Hiranya Majumdar, they didn't want him to leave. They got him married. And Raghunath Das Goswami just could not leave. Finally, he begged for the mercy of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, and he served Sri Nityananda Prabhu and Nityananda Prabhu's associates at Panihati. And by the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, he got the association of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Sri Nityananda Prabhu blessed him. Now you go to Nilachal, there will be no impediments. No one will be able to capture you and bring you back to Chandpur. Have no fear. And over there, you will be serving Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the mood of servant of the servant, because you will be the servant of Swarup Damodar Goswami, who is the personal secretary of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Nityananda Prabhu predicted that this is what will happen. And exactly that is what happened. So we covered 4 Goswamis. Raghunath Das Goswami, our Prayojan Acharya, who wrote such exalted literatures as Vilap Kusumanjali and Radha Kundashtakam. And he sets the example of what is the perfection for a devotee as a Prayojan Acharya. He attained what he attained by the mercy of Sri Nityananda Prabhu in Panihati Dham when Sri Nityananda Prabhu was staying in the house of Raghav Pandit. Now the 5th Goswami is Srila Gopal Bhatta Goswami. Sri Gopal Bhatta Goswami, during the South India Yatra of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, for 4 months in his house, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed during Chaturmas and in Sri Rangam. At that time, Gopal Bhatta Goswami was a young boy, 5 or 6 years old. And he would bathe the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when Mahaprabhu came to their house for prasadam. And he would bring the Charanamrut. He would sprinkle the Charanamrut on his head. He would massage the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when Mahaprabhu would lie down to take a rest. In this way, Gopal Bhatta Goswami was engaged in the service of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And from Kala Krishnadas, Gopal Bhatta Goswami would hear, along with his father, Venkat Bhatt, and his uncle, Prabodhananda Saraswati, they would hear about the previous pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Kala Krishnadas told them, Venkat Bhatt and Gopal Bhatt and their family members, that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is from Navadvip. His mother's name is Shachi Mata. His elder brother's name is Vishwarup. His father is Jagannath Mishra. His wife in the previous ashram was Vishnu Priya Devi. All the pastimes that happened in Navadvip, Kala Krishnadas Prabhu told the family of Gopal Bhatta Goswami. After hearing these pastimes, Gopal Bhatta Goswami developed a desire that I want to have darshan of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, not as a sannyasi, but with his beautiful hair, with his yellow dhoti and his beautiful garlands and necklaces, surrounded by his Navadvip devotees, doing Nagar Sankirtan in the streets of Navadvip. I want to have that darshan. But what to do? I have taken birth too late in the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and too far away here in Sri Rangam. Far on my life. Never will I be able to see the beautiful hair of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Never will I be able to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Nimai Pandit, as Nimai Vishwambar. And he started weeping and crying. After crying for a long time, little 5-6-year-old Gopal Bhatta Goswami, he fell asleep. And in a dreamlike state, he had darshan of Panchatattva in Navadvip. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was dancing with Sri Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Prabhu, Srivas Thakur, Gadadhar Pandit, and all the devotees of Navadvip. All his desires were fulfilled. Gopal Bhatta Goswami was so happy to behold this beautiful sight of Panchatattva doing Nagar Sankirtan in Navadvip. As he was gazing at this beautiful Leela, Sri Nityananda Prabhu looked at Gopal Bhatta Goswami and came towards him along with Advaita Prabhu. And Advaita Prabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, both of them blessed Gopal Bhatta Goswami. And then Gopal Bhatta Goswami woke up from his dream, receiving the blessings of Nityananda Prabhu and Advaita Prabhu. And he went running to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as a sannyasi sitting in his house, embraced him. Because all his desires were fulfilled. In this way, Sri Nityananda Prabhu gave his blessings and his mercy to little Gopal Bhatta Goswami, in a dreamlike state. And this Gopal Bhatta Goswami later on, he became the great author of Hari Bhakti Vilas along with Sri Sanatana Goswami. And he is responsible for manifesting Sri Radharaman in this world. Very, very great Acharya. So that is the fifth Goswami. And now the sixth Goswami is Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, the son of Tapan Mishra. How did he receive the mercy of Sri Nityananda Prabhu? He never met Nityananda Prabhu. He never saw Nityananda Prabhu, unlike Gopal Bhatta Goswami. At least Gopal Bhatta Goswami was given a darshan by Nityananda Prabhu as part of the Panchatattva. But our Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, there is no mention that he had darshan of Nityananda Prabhu. He was in Varanasi with his father, and then he came to Jagannath Puri. Of course, he must have met Sri Nityananda Prabhu over there because he stayed for 10 months twice. So I'm sure he must have met Sri Nityananda Prabhu, but there is no mention of him directly receiving the mercy of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. But Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ante Leela describes very clearly how Raghunath Bhatta Goswami received the direct mercy of Sri Nityananda Prabhu and how he kept that mercy of Sri Nityananda Prabhu with him always. Srila Kaviraj Goswami describes that when Raghunath Bhatta Goswami's parents passed away from this world, he came back to Jagannath Puri. For 10 months, he stayed in the association of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. After the conclusion of 10 months, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Raghunath Bhatta Goswami that now you go to Vrindavan and live there under the guidance of Rupa and Sanatana Goswami and assist them. Assist Rupa Goswami in the worship of Govinda Dev. So when Raghunath Bhatta Goswami was leaving Jagannath Puri to go to Sri Vrindavan Dham forever, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave a gift to Srila Raghunath Bhatta Goswami. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took a tulsi garland that was offered, a tulsi and flower garland that was offered to Lord Jagannath, and he gave it to Raghunath Bhatta Goswami. Now we know, in the beginning of the class we discussed that Nityananda Prabhu, Nityananda Ram, expands himself in 10 different forms to serve Lord Krishna or Lord Krishna Chaitanya or Lord Jagannath. And one of those forms is garland. So the garland of Jagannath is Balram. The garland of Jagannath is Nityananda Prabhu in one of his 10 forms. And Nityananda Prabhu's mercy came to Raghunath Bhatta Goswami in the form of Jagannath's garland. And this garland was very long, several cubits long. And Kaviraj Goswami describes that Raghunath Bhatta Goswami kept this garland of Lord Jagannath with him all the time. Very carefully he preserved it. And when he would sit and do his Nam Bhajan, he would wear this garland. And remembering the mercy of Gaur Nitai, tears of love would flow from his eyes. Growing up in Varanasi, where there were so many people blaspheming devotees, blaspheming bhakti, blaspheming Krishna, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami had grown up. There were the likes of Prakashananda Saraswati and others who used to criticize Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They used to criticize bhakti. They used to criticize Krishna because they were Mayavadis. Raghunath Bhatta Goswami had grown up hearing all that blasphemy in Varanasi because there were only two devotees, Chandrasekhar and his father Tapan Mishra. Later on, the Maharashtrian Brahmin came. But they grew up surrounded by Vaishnava Aparadhis. Mahaprabhu said Mayavadi, Krishna Aparadhi. So they grew up, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami grew up hearing blasphemy, and therefore he took a vow, I will never hear blasphemy of devotees. What to speak of speaking Vaishnava Ninda? He would not even hear. If someone would be discussing some faults of a devotee, he would close his ears or he would walk away. And whenever he would read Srimad Bhagavatam, his hair would stand on end, tears of love flowed through his eyes, and he would sing each and every verse of Srimad Bhagavatam in 4 or 5 different melodies. So beautiful. And whenever he used to do his Nam Bhajan, wearing that garland of Jagannath, which represents the mercy of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, tears of love flowed from his eyes as he chanted, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. In this way, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, the 6th Goswami, also was a recipient of the mercy of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. And the author of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he received instructions to write Chaitanya Charitamrita, to go to Vrindavan, to go to Radhakund from Nityananda Prabhu, Sri Nityananda Prabhu. It's a very beautiful story, but we have run out of time. And the author of Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat, Sri Vrindavan Das Thakur, he was the last and the youngest disciple of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, also a recipient of Sri Nityananda Prabhu's mercy. So my dear friends, in conclusion, we see that all our acharyas, they represent Sri Nityananda Prabhu, because Sri Nityananda Prabhu is the Akhanda Guru Tattva. The Guru Tattva comes from Sri Nityananda Prabhu. He is the Adi Guru. Therefore, all our spiritual masters, all the Goswamis, they are recipients of the mercy of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. They are representatives of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. And our Srila Prabhupada, he is also considered to be a Shaktiavesh of the mercy of Sri Nityananda Prabhu and the potency of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. Why? Because we discussed Sri Nityananda Prabhu is the distributor of Krishna Prem. He is the preacher. And no one has preached like Srila Prabhupada, going to all the continents inhabited by mankind and preaching all over the world. Thousands and thousands of disciples, especially in the Western world, even the Eastern world. So therefore, it is said that Gurvagyam Shirasi Dharyam Shaktya Swarupine Hare Krishneti Mantrena Paschatya Prachatarine. One very wonderful devotee has written this glorification of our founder Acharya, His Divine Grace Abhay Charana Arvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada. He says, Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Swami Shri Bhaktivedanta Prabhupadaya Te Namaha. Srila Prabhupada has preached not only in the Eastern world, but also in the Western world. So not only in the Western world, which was unprecedented, but even in the Eastern world, Eastern countries like Japan and so many, Malaysia, Indonesia, and even India. He preached so much, Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishneti Mantrena Paschatya Prachatarena. By the chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, he has delivered the East Prachya and Paschatya, West, also East and West. Everything Srila Prabhupada has delivered by the power of Hare Krishna Mahamantra and by the Shakti of Shri Nityananda Prabhu, Swarupini. Because Panch Tattvatmakam Krishnam, Bhakta Rupa is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Swarupakam. Swarup is Nityananda Swarup, Sri Nityananda Prabhu. So Shaktyavesh Swarupini means Srila Prabhupada is a Shaktyavesh of the mercy and the potency of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. Srila Prabhupada is not Nityananda Prabhu, but Srila Prabhupada, being Jagat Guru, is the representative of the mercy of Sri Nityananda Prabhu and the potency of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. So in this way, my dear friends, whoever we are, we must beg for the mercy of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. And whatever is our spiritual aspiration, whether we want to go to Ayodhya, whether we want to go to Dwarka, whether we want to go to Mathura, whether we want to go to Shri Vrindavan Dham, whatever may be our aspiration, we need the mercy of Shri Nityananda Prabhu. Shri Nityananda Prabhu, like a wish fulfilling tree, can fulfill all our spiritual aspirations, like he did to Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, Jiva Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, Gopal Bhatta Goswami, and finally Raghunath Das Goswami and Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami and Vrindavan Das Thakur and our Srila Prabhupada. So in this way, Shri Nityananda Prabhu is most merciful, most wonderful, and we offer our obeisances at his divine lotus feet and pray for his mercy that may we be able to serve Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga with enthusiasm, with determination, and with steadfast devotion. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Nityananda Prabhu ki jai. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. If there are any questions, we can.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. His Grace Adhikara Bhai Prabhu ki jai. Such a beautiful class and so wonderfully you covered the mercy that is bestowed on all the six Goswamis. I wish we would have more time so you would have discussed in detail. But nevertheless, the class was very, very beautiful, Prabhu. Thank you so much for your wonderful, wonderful association. Uh, since there are a lot of devotees today, we'll not open the conference, for asking questions for everybody. So I have already posted on the chat that those who have any questions or any comments, they can either raise their hands or they can type. So right now we have first question by Meena Mataji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Danvat Pranam, and glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. I have a question that while preaching to new people, can we say about Nityananda Prabhu and his pastimes to them?
Hare Krishna. Yes, we can, we should, but we have to use our intelligence which pastimes of Shri Nityananda Prabhu we are going to narrate to them. So that we have to use our intelligence. Pastimes that they will be able to relate to, pastimes that they will appreciate, we should narrate. We can narrate the pastime of Jagai and Madhai being delivered by the mercy of Shri Nityananda Prabhu. We can discuss about the mercy of Shri Nityananda Prabhu to Kala Krishna Das that we discussed today. We can talk about Nityananda Prabhu giving his mercy to the dacoits who plan to rob him. These pastimes everyone can relate to, they can appreciate and they can respect. So we should tell these pastimes. How Nityananda Prabhu petitioned to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to give his mercy to Maharaj Pratap Rudra. How he begged for a uttariya, upper garment of Mahaprabhu to be given to Maharaj Pratap Rudra, to save Maharaj Pratap Rudra's life because he was so despondent not having darshan of Mahaprabhu. Tabe Nityananda Gosai Govinde Rapash Magiya Leya Prabhur Eka Bahirvas. Tabe Nityananda Gosai Govinde Rapash. At that time, with the permission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu went to Mahaprabhu's personal servant Govinda. Tabe Nityananda Gosai Govinde Rapash Magiya Leila Prabhura Eka Bahirvas. He requested and took from Govinda one uttariya, upper garment of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and gave it to Maharaj Pratap Rudra to save Maharaj Pratap Rudra's life, to give him hope. So these pastimes we can discuss. But then Sri Nityananda Prabhu, in a childlike form, in the mood of a small little child, Gopa child, appearing in front of Malini Devi without clothes. All those pastimes that are mentioned in Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat, we should not discuss. Unless someone has affinity an affection for Sri Chaitanya, for Sri Nityananda Prabhu. Sri Nityananda Prabhu, his divinely love intoxicated pastimes, where he behaves like an avadhut, we should avoid discussing in the beginning stages of bhakti because they may be misunderstood. In fact, in Chaitanya Bhagavat, there is one full chapter where one Brahman comes to Sri Nityananda Prabhu expressing his doubts about Nityananda Prabhu. Comes to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu expressing his doubts about Nityananda Prabhu, Nityananda Prabhu's behavior, that why he is eating tambul. Avadhut is not supposed to eat pan. Why he is eating pan? Why he is wearing all these ornaments? As a renunciate, he should not wear all these jewels, but he decorates his body with chandan and all these jewels. Why? So many doubts he had. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained to him that one should love and respect Nityananda Prabhu, not misunderstand him. So we should be careful not to discuss such pastimes of Nityananda Prabhu with newcomers. Is that okay, Mataji? Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Meena Mataji, for your wonderful question. We have a beautiful comment by Preeti Vilasni Mataji. Such a beautiful theme and lovely class. Thank you, Prabhu. Another
Thank you,
question we
Preeti.
have. Sorry, Prabhu. Go ahead, Prabhu.
No, I said thank you, Preeti Vilasini Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. So we have next question by Dheera Krishna Das Prabhu. Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances or glories to Srila Prabhupada. In our daily practice, what activity can we incorporate to specifically please Sri Nityananda Prabhu?
Serving the devotees and glorifying Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. According to Sri Navadvip Dham Mahatmya of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, which I was reading from today, it is clearly mentioned. Also in Chaitanya Bhagavat, there are so many verses where it is clearly mentioned. Actually, see, this is Chaitanya Bhagavat. At the end of Chaitanya Bhagavat, if you go to the last few pages, this is a second volume of Antya Lila, Antya Khand of Chaitanya Bhagavat. There is a section where Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's concluding words are there. Dear devotees, please read this if possible. They are very, very beautiful. They give the crux of what Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat is all about, what Nityananda Prabhu mission is all about. Vaishnava Mahimayata Varnilena Susangata Tahara Tulana Kothanai Vaishnava Virodhi Jana Satata Tapita Mana Mulyahina Se Bhasmachai. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is writing, Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur perfectly described the incomparable glories of the Vaishnavas. The minds of those who are averse to the Vaishnavas are always disturbed by the material miseries. Such persons are as worthless as bhasma, ash. So therefore, the message of Nityananda Prabhu is that always worship and glorify the Vaishnavas, and with your full heart, full enthusiasm, worship Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would tell Nityananda Prabhu, Nitai, Shuno Shuno Nityananda, Shuno Haridas, Amara Adnay Karo Sarva He Prakash, Grihe Grihe Prati Gehe, Karo E Bhiksha, Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Koro Krishna Shiksha. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu called Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur and told them, go to every house, every place and tell everyone three requests. Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Koro Krishna Shiksha. Please chant Krishna Naam, worship Krishna and tell others about Krishna, devotion to Krishna. Please ask them for these three benedictions, these three alms. Beg them for these three alms. And Nityananda Prabhu would say, all right, Mahaprabhu, I will go and I will preach Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And Sri Nityananda Prabhu would go in his intoxicated state all over Nadia, all over Bengal. He would go roam around with Haridas Thakur, telling everyone, Bhajo Gaurango, Kaho Gaurango, Lo Gaurangera Naam Re, Je Jana Gaurango Bhaje, Se Ayamar Prana Re. Instead of telling them to chant Hare Krishna, Nityananda Prabhu is telling them, Bhajo Gaurango, Kaho Gaurango, Lo Gaurangera Naam Re. What chanting name of Krishna? What will you do? Because Krishna Nama Kori Aparadhara Vichar. If you chant Hare Krishna, there are 10 offenses. You are all aparadhis. You will chant Nama Aparadh. You will make little progress. But Gaura Nama, Gaura Dhama, Gaura Rupa Gun, aparadha nahi mane, tarite nipun. But the name of my Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Gauranam, Gauradham, his abode, Gaura Roop, his form, Gaura Rupa Gun, and his qualities, the divine qualities of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Aparadha nahi mane. They don't consider any offenses. Tarite nipun. And their Gauranga Mahaprabhu is very expert in delivering all the fallen offensive souls. So instead of telling him to chant Hare Krishna in his ecstasy, Sri Nityananda Prabhu would roam around with his hands raised and say, Bolo Gaurango, Kaho Gaurango, Bhajo Gaurangera Namare. Je jana Gaurango bhaje se aaya amar pranare. So Mataji, your question is, oh Prabhuji, dear Krishna, your question is, how can I become dear to Nityananda Prabhu? How can I please Nityananda Prabhu? Nityananda Prabhu himself is saying, Je jana Gaurango bhaje se aaya amar pranare. You will become the life and soul of Sri Nityananda Prabhu if you chant the names of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And when he would come to Srivasangan, whole day he would go around Nadia chanting Bhajo Gaurango, Kaho Gaurango, Laho Gaurangera Namare. And in the evening, when he would come to Srivasangan and he would see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sitting there with his arms raised, Nityananda Prabhu would switch his strategy from Bhajo Gaurango, Kaho Gaurango, Go Gaurangera Namare. He would say, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would think that he is preaching the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. But Sri Nityananda Prabhu was preaching Gauranam, Gauradham, Gaurarupa Gun, Aparadha Nahi Mane, Tarite Nipun. So if you want to please Sri Nityananda Prabhu, serve the devotees, glorify the devotees, and glorify Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And if you want to please Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, then glorify the devotees and glorify Nityananda Prabhu. Therefore, before every round we chant, Hare Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivas Adi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur. Gaur Bhakta Vrinda includes Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur. But we separately say Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur ki Jai because in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Mahaprabhu says, anyone who chants the name of Haridas Thakur, I will give him Krishna Prem. Anyone who thinks of Haridas Thakur, I will give him Krishna Prem. So, being beggars, we are trying to do that. Once Srila Prabhupada was asked, Srila Prabhupada, Krishna Nam, 10 offenses. But Gaura Nam, same potency and no offenses. So why chant 16 rounds minimum of Hare Krishna Mahamantra? Why not chant the Panchatattva mantra? Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. It has got Gaura Nam, Nityananda Ram and no offenses. We will make more progress. Srila Prabhupada said, yes, that is correct. There are no offenses and same benefits. So you will make more progress by chanting Panchatattva mantra. But Srila Prabhupada said the nature of love is to please the beloved. Our beloved is Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu told us to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Sri Chaitanya Mukhodgirinam Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with his lotus mouth chanted the Hare Krishna Mahamantra and told all of us to chant Krishna Nam. So to please Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we are chanting Hare Krishna. If Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is pleased, then Nityananda Prabhu will be pleased and our life will be perfect. That is why we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Otherwise, we have no qualification to chant Krishna Nam because there are 10 offenses. Is that okay, Dhir Krishna Prabhu? Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for the wonderful answer. Ganeshwar Gauranga Prabhu and Barsana Chitra Mataji have this comment. Thank you, Prabhuji, for this wonderful class. Then we have Suresh Shama Prabhu, who have also raised his hand and also asked this question. So I'll request Sureshwar Sham Prabhu, kindly if you can unmute yourself and then ask your question yourself.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu, for the nice class. Prabhu, it said that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu has to be worshipped together. Right? But we see in some temples like in Radha Gopinath temple or in Silicon Valley temple, we see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu alone. Like just trying to see Prabhu how, trying to understand that.
So Prabhuji, in all the Gaudiya Math temples, it is Radha Krishna and Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. In the ISP temple also it is like that. In Govardhana village also it is like that. That is traditionally how Radha Krishna are worshipped with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The meditation there is राधा कृष्ण एक आत्मा दुई देह धरी अन्योने विलासे रस आस्वादन करी. That Radha and Krishna are one, as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, or Radha and Krishna have come as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we worship them on the altar. Radha Krishna, and in their combined form, Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikritir Ladini Shakti Rasmat is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay, that is the mood. Now here, when there is Radha and Krishna, and on the same altar you have Gauranga Mahaprabhu, why you don't keep Nityananda Prabhu? Because Sri Nityananda Prabhu is Balram Swarup, isn't it? Is Balram. And where Radha and Krishna are performing their Nikunja Leela, Lord Balram gives them privacy. Lord Balram doesn't come because in the presence of Balramji, Srimati Radharani will feel shy. Okay. So when the Nikunja Leela is taking place, it is Radharani with Lalita, Vishakha, Sakhis, Ashta Sakhis, the Ashta Manjaris, and Krishna.
Okay.
Krishna is the only Purush there. So we can have Radha Krishna with Gauranga Mahaprabhu because Gauranga Mahaprabhu is combined form of Radha Krishna. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nahi Anya. So that is one mood. Now if you want to have Gaur Nitaya along with Radha Krishna, then there have to be separate altars. How we have in all the ISKCON temples. We have Radha Krishna, next altar we have Gaur Nitaya, next altar we have Jagannath Baldev Subhadra. So then it is separate. Jagannath Baldev Subhadra is Dwarka mood of worship.
Yes.
Radha Krishna is Nikunja mood, Vrindavan. And Gaur Nitaya, they have got beautiful hair and nice clothes and ornaments. That is Navadvip. So this is Navadvip, this is Vrindavan, and this is Dwarka or Jagannath Puri Dham, like that. So 3 different dhams, so they can be together. But on the same altar, Radha and Krishna, then you can only have Gauranga Mahaprabhu. If Nityananda Prabhu comes, who is Balram, then Radharani will feel awkward. Is it okay?
Yeah, but I was thinking in such a way that for us, right, we would like to connect with the deities. I was thinking we do through Nityananda Prabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and go to Radha Krishna. From that perspective, I was thinking. But you were saying that.
So when you are in ISV or you are in GEV and you see Mahaprabhu on the altar with Radha and Krishna, and you want Nityananda Prabhu, you can see Nityananda Prabhu's representation in your spiritual master. Okay. So you look at your Gurudev, you look at Srila Prabhupada, that is Shaktavesha Swarupine. He is the Shaktavesha avatar of Nityananda Swarup. So you can see Nityananda Prabhu's mercy manifesting in the assembled Vaishnavas and in our Gurugan.
Okay. So can I ask, Mataji, can I ask one more question, Mataji?
Oh yes, Prabhuji, please go ahead.
Yeah,
As per Prabhuji's time, Prabhu has to allow us.
I'm fine. I have to go at 1 o'clock.
Prabhu,
go ahead, Prabhu.
This one we see Nityananda Prabhu is or Lord Balram is the first expansion of the Krishna, Lord Krishna, and he is also called second body also. That's what we see, right, Prabhu, in the 5th chapter.
Dvitiya Deha, yeah.
But when it comes to Radharani, how do we say in that simple form that like this, what we say for Nityananda Prabhu? How is Radharani's expansion of Krishna? How we, like, in the simple form we say that? Radharani is, she manifests from the left side of Krishna. Okay. Radharani manifests from the left side of Krishna. Radharani is also non-different from Krishna, but Radharani is the feminine potency of Krishna. She is the female supreme personality of Godhead. And Krishna is the male supreme personality of Godhead. Once Srila Bhakti Rasamrit Swami Maharaj was traveling in a train and he was reading Krishna book. So on the cover photo, there is Krishna. And someone said, so who is God? So Maharaj replied, Krishna is God. So this was a lady. And she got very angry. She said, why are you always saying, all the religions, they always say God is male. He, they address God as he. Why like this? Why can't God be female? There was a lady who was challenging Srila Bhakti Rasamrit Swami Maharaj. So Srila Bhakti Rasamrit Swami Maharaj said, yes, God is female also. Srimati Radharani. So Srimati Radharani is the supreme personality of Godhead in a feminine form. And Lord Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead in a masculine form. And Krishna expands himself as Guru Tattva and becomes Balram. As Lakshman or as Balram or as Nityananda Prabhu for the purpose of serving. For the purpose of serving. So Balramji is supreme personality of God, servitor Godhead. So Krishna is supreme personality of masculine Godhead
Srimati Radhika Rani is Supreme Personality of Godhead in a feminine form, and Lord Balram is Supreme Personality of Godhead in servant form, in the mood of servant, as Nityananda Prabhu or Balramji or Lakshman. So there are three aspects. Is that okay?
Yes, thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. And then we have Devahuti Mataji saying, very nice explanation, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Radhika Kasturi Mataji saying, beautiful class, Prabhuji. And Kalindi Preeti Mataji is saying, thank you very much, Prabhuji, for this amazing lecture on Nityananda Prabhu's pastimes. We have one question, and probably that will be the last question. And Flavor Mataji is also saying, thank you, Prabhuji, for the wonderful lecture on Lord Nityananda. The explanations are very clear. Then there is one last question that we'll go for today. Seema Mataji from Doha, Qatar, she is asking that, Prabhuji, nowadays we also wear Tulsi Mala. So is it also the representations, like it also represents Nityananda Prabhu?
The garland that is offered to Krishna, that represents Nityananda Prabhu. So the garland that is offered as Shringar to Lord Krishna, that is an expansion of Nityananda Prabhu. When we wear Tulsi Mala, Kanthi Mala, this Kanthi Mala is made of Tulsi wood. This is Vrinda Devi sitting around our Kantha to protect us. So this is Vrinda Devi. This is Tulsi Maharani, who is an expansion of Srimati Radharani. So this is Vrinda Devi. And the garlands that are offered to Krishna, Krishna's flower garlands and ornaments and jewels, Krishna's clothes, they are all expansions of Lord Balaram. Is that okay?
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Das Prabhuji, you have written just that I have a question. Do you want to personally ask this question, or do you want to type? I'm unmuting you. So if you want, you can please.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, my pranams. This is your Das Prabhu, Hari Parshad Das.
No, Prabhu. I am your Das Prabhu. Krishna.
I had a comment, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Is criticism allowed, Prabhuji? So then I have a critical comment.
Please, yes, Prabhu. I welcome your constructive.
You're giving such nice, after giving such nice classes, you've stolen all my thunder, Prabhu, you and Kirtida Sundari Mataji. Now what will I present? Huh?
We are not we, I. Adi
yes,
Gadadhar,
we.
Adi,
We,
no,
we,
no, no.
Prabhu, we.
No.
Prabhu, please, we.
Adi Gadadhar Das.
Giving such nice classes should be declared as a criminal offense, and some prasadam should be taken as a
No. Adi Gadadhar Das is, you said I stole the thunder. Adi Gadadhar Das is just empty thunder, no rain. But all of you are showering the rain of nectar of Nityananda Prabhu's Leela. I am just thunder, empty. Like Gaur Govind Maharaj said, blank fire.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you. Beautiful class, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Hari.
Okay, so thank you all so much for all of your wonderful association, and we'll stop here. So I request all of you to please join us tomorrow also, same time, 11 o'clock EST, and we'll have wonderful Katha by His Grace Hari Parshad Prabhu. So thank you all so much, and now we'll pay obeisances to all the Vaishnavas. Vancha kalpa tarubhascha. Vaishnavebhyo namo namo. Ananta Koti Vaishnavya ki
Jai. Krishna Prabhuji, thank you so much. Dandavat pranam.
Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Koti Koti Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Thank you so much, Prabhu.